We're going to be learning today about the different math properties. I'm going to write them all out for you as we're diving deeper, because these properties will be important for us to know as we're getting deeper into our Algebra 1 topics. So you see the first one I've already written was commutative. Second one is associative, and I have distributive. This is one set. And then I also have here identity property, my handwriting, part of my handwriting, inverse property, and I have this also labeled as zero property. So we'll be diving into these different types of properties. But before then, I want us to go into understanding the difference between a real number and an integer. The simplified version I'm going to give you for this is that integers are numbers that have no fractions. And real numbers are all numbers, including fractions. So when I see an integer, I would think of things like -3, -2, -1, 0, and anything past the negatives, and 1, 2, 3. These would be considered integers. And real numbers are broken up into different sections, which are rational, irrational, and fractions. So in this group, numbers are usually repeating decimals, fractions, and it can also be non-repeating decimals as well, or non-repeating numbers. So I'll give you a few examples. Fractions, 3/4. You have decimals, 0.25 for your rationals. And your irrationals would be numbers that are like pi. If you know pi, you know pi is, it's short, it's long term, it's 3.141592, and it keeps going on and on and on and on. And you see the numbers in pi, they keep repeating, but they're non-repeating numbers. So it's 141592 and whatever it is, ongoing. It keeps going and the numbers never repeat. There are also numbers that you do have that do repeat. So you can have 0.333333333, and this is also considered a real number. So just keep in mind the difference between real numbers and integers. But I did know that I did talk a lot about integers in the beginning, but we're diving a little bit deeper. So learn the difference between both real numbers and integers. Okay, now that we're done with that, now we're gonna go and focus into our different properties. And the purpose of these videos, like I want to remind you, is for you to also make the time for you to study for yourself. Make sure you have the time to study, and this is also a good practice for you and a good alternative to whatever you're studying in class. So commutative properties are properties that we focus on when it's both addition and multiplication. All these properties are perfect for addition and multiplication. They do not work for division, and I will show you exactly why. So for commutative property, start with off, commutative property is a simple multiplication or addition. So if it's a real number, so any number for all these choices that we have here, they must agree that they have to be a real number. As long as this is a real number, these are what it will follow. Commutative property. Commutative property would be an example would be A plus B. And this is the same as saying B plus A. Same notation, but A and B are just rules. So if I had A was 3 and B was 5, that's the same as saying 3 plus 5 is equal to 5 plus 3. And it's the same thing, which is 8 for each one. This rule can also apply for multiplication. A times B equals B times A. No matter how I flip it, it's still gonna give me the same number. Okay, that's one portion of it. Associative is also following the same rule as commutative, but it's just a little extra step. It's now dealing with grouping. So as long as it's a real number, A plus B plus C equals A plus B, and these parentheses plus C. This is saying that no matter how I group it with this addition, that the numbers will always give me the same answer when they add up to each other. This can also apply, like I said, to multiplication. So if I group it in the same way, I should expect to get the same answers. If I have A on the outside and B times C, it should give me the same exact answer as if I had A and B in parentheses and C on the outside. We should be good so far. And now we have our distributive property. Distributive property, I find it very straightforward for me personally. And it's probably one of those that everybody else should probably understand pretty quickly. We'll do the same thing again, A, and then here on the outside, you have B plus C. This should be the same as A, B plus AC, as long as these are real numbers, once again. How did I get this answer? Simply by taking the A on the outside and having it multiply to each one of them separately. I keep the sign in between, so this plus sign stays in between, but the multiplication happening for each one is different. It's taking place. This can also be written in this notation as well. This is the same way, because I'm still doing that AB plus AC. Same thing. This is what I want to make sure you guys understand so you guys don't get confused. So far you should have a good understanding of both commutative, associative, and distributive. Okay, so we're gonna stop right here, and then we're gonna go and dive into the next three properties in our next video. So I'll see you guys then.